What's good, everyone? As you can see by the screen, this will be a different type of video today. Today we'll be getting into ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT to give me a random Bluelock matchup, and I will be giving the verdict on each one. I'm not sure how many we will be doing, but first time getting into a video like this, so let's get right into it. I'm very excited. All right, start off with the first one. Wow, that's interesting. So Isagiyoichi versus Nagi Seishiro. Nagi clearly was the person that just got logged off. Although I don't think Isagi clears him badly. Nagi, in my personal opinion, is able to showcase the fact that being fully without being fully developed, he can still access some of his skills sometimes, right? So I don't think Isagi just clearly annihilates him, but I would say Isagi would probably mid-diff him pretty easily. Isagi's spatial awareness combined with his metavision and his new mindset and his ability to shoot direct shots like it's nothing, I think it's very clear to say that he's taking this, right? And also Nagi doesn't have a lot going for his name. So that was a good start. That was a good start. Let's go with the second one. Oh, Ren versus Baro. Now, Ren versus Baro, I think, is not close at all. Not anymore. Especially after the PXG game, where he's just able to dribble past the entire team, be able to play physically dominant with every single player, and his curve shot is now way more developed. Now, Baro, on the other hand, still has his long shot, his middle shot, and a great feint dribble and great misdirect. But I just feel like if we're comparing Baro in his last game and his best game to Ren Itoshi, who cannot be stopped by anybody, I think it's clearly Ren. A more developed Isagi and Kaiser struggled against Ren and was able to beat Baro in their game. So on to the next one. Chigiri versus bro, come on, let's stop this. Let's stop this. Now, although Tokimitsu is a physical demon, just like Nagi, he got locked off and he also did not do shit in the PXG game besides like foul Noah. Chigiri, on the other hand, now has the golden zone and is a top 7 player in the NEL, ending it off in the NEL. His speed should be way beyond Tokimitsu's acceleration, and his physical abilities are also enhanced. So it's not he's about to just get bullied by Tokimitsu every single time. So I think Chigiri clears Tokimitsu easily. Very easy. Oh, press the wrong button. My bad. Paste. Alright, let's go with the next one. Kunigami Rensuke versus Raichi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Kunigami's clearing him. And I'm not even just talking about offensively, I'm talking about defensively. Now why I'm saying this is because instead of Noah telling like Raichi, supposedly the best duelist, to mark Shido, he asks Kunigami to. Now, I'm not saying Raichi couldn't mark Shido, but I'm saying I feel like it's more reliable to say that Kunigami, due to his physicals being damn near equal to Noah, it's easier for him to keep up with Shido and lock him down from getting the ball. Which is, I think Raichi's better when it comes to on the ball defense instead of off the ball, but it's not much we can do about that. Raichi only plays defense and Kunigami beats him at that. So that's gonna go. Paste. Let's get another one in. Bachira versus Zantetsu. Let's lock in for a second. Zantetsu, the first chapter of the PXG game, does one thing. He does not do anything after that. He's supposed to revolve around Shido, mind you, and he doesn't really do a good job of that since like Charles just like takes care of Shido and makes him score a goal, and his plays revolve around Shido. Zantetsu doesn't have any room to kind of zoom in there. And on top of that, Bachira is also a player that can score super goals, has a great formula, decent enough physicals, and his dribbling is damn near unstoppable. He has one of the best offensive kits in Bluelock. So Zantetsu is not in a great position. He's definitely losing. Hiyori versus Shido. Okay, this is a really good matchup. It's a really good matchup. Hiyori's dribbling is pretty good. He's able to dribble past Lorenzo, people like Aiku. He's able to dribble past these top tier defenders, right? Although he doesn't have a shot on him. if we're talking about overall player, Hiyori is probably, I'd say, as a midfielder's perspective, better than Shido, no doubt. His passes are comparable to Saitoshi, and his level of playmaking with his meta vision is insane. Shido, on the other hand, is more of a just striker-based player, able to shoot from anywhere in the penalty box, and his spatial awareness is also pretty busted too. But I'd honestly give this overall matchup to Hiyori. But if we're talking about who the better striker is, it's definitely Shido, no doubt. Okay, we're gonna do three more. Nico versus Kara. Oh, this is a good one. They both play defense. Okay, this is a good one. Karasu and Nico. As far as we're shown from Nico, he does have meta vision. So does Karasu. I do feel like Karasu's level of play is over Nico's if we're talking about his mindset and how his brain works. Nico's defense should be over Karasu's, but Karasu's offensive abilities are better than Nico's with his ball handling and his arm reach, which he pushes away his defenders to keep the ball and send a pass out. Nico, on the other hand, is more of a watchtower. He's used to intercept passes and cover counters and things like that. Honestly, this is pretty debatable, but I'd say Karasu. I'd say Karasu has it as an overall player. And maybe probably as a defender too, now that he got Metavision and he was already performing pretty good without it. Ryu versus Gagamaru. Gagamaru's a goalkeeper though. That's so weird. Honestly, if we're going off of just in general feats, I'd probably say Gagamaru. Gagamaru is able to block Barrow's shot, block block Ren's shot, right? And Ren at that point is one of the best players in the Neo Eagles League, if not the best player. Um Gagamaru as a goalkeeper is still top 15. Ryu, really good defender. His headers and his height make him really unstoppable if it's an aerial battle. But besides that, if we're talking about who's the better contributor, because you have to bring that up in this matchup, who's the better contributor? I definitely say it's Gagamaru. Gagamaru's stopping like game-winning shots, while Ryu is a bit more passive with his way of doing things, being able to just clear the ball, not really intercepting, but just clearing it. And he only did this like once in Uber's game, unfortunately. And this will be the last one, I think. Ryomi Kage versus Bachira. Okay, this is a really good one. Honestly, that's hard. Now that Rayo can recreate super goals and like things like that, it kind of does bring more in question that if he sees these things being done and he can just redo them, what does that really put him at? And I think that puts him at a high level of play. He has Saitoshi's dribbling, Ren's shooting, and or Ren U20 shooting, and Otoya's kind of super goal, right? And he also has good defense. He's basically the best overall player. Now, Bachira, on the other hand, has unstoppable dribbling, the B shots, and I'd say pretty decent defense to the fact that he was able to just intercept Nagi's pass. Even though, everybody saw it coming from a mile away. It's still pretty impressive. Personally, I'd say Bachira has it over him on an edge to the fact that Bachira literally just can't, he really can't be stopped. Like, it's probably hard to stop Bachira, even with every player on him. Ryo Mikage, I'd say, is the better defensive player. Bachira is the better offensive player. If we're talking about overall, I want to give it to Bachira, but I'd have to give it to Ryo. Ryo definitely proves himself to be way more versatile and way more reliable on both sides of the field. So I'm gonna give that to Raya. And I said that was the last one, but I kind of want to do another one. Isagi versus Sai. Oh, they gave me a good one. They gave me a good one for the last one. This is a great one to end the video off on. Okay. Isagi versus Sai. Current Isagi, I do think, is beating Sai. Now, people got mad at me. I'll drop that at people that got mad at me before. Isagi, I do think, is relative of Ren, or at the low end relative of Ren. And I do think he's over Sai because Sai's feats only go to U20 Destroyer Flow Ren, which I feel like almost everybody in the NEL has better physicals than by a mile. Now, his skills should still put him up there on that level, but I do think Isagi is just at this point smarter than him, or at least smarter than his U20 version. And I do think he could outmaneuver him and adapt his playstyle and beat him and just outsmart him in general. But again, this is all up to interpretation, since I do think Sai will be better than him in the when we get more showcases of him and him actually trying. But as far as what we're known to and what we're seeing, Isagi would probably clear the shit out of Sai. Alright. Now that was the last one. And I honestly had a lot of fun with this video. I got this video idea from my friend Bokri. I'm gonna link his channel in the description because he's a really good YouTuber. He did this video on a Cobra Kai verse standpoint, and not Bluelock. But if you got this far into the video, I appreciate it. If you liked the sub, I also appreciate it. And there's nothing more to say. I mean, y'all see the list. If y'all have any contentions, you can comment down. I'll probably respond to it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.